Hi, I'm Wendy. I teach Barre at Alder Studio, Jakarta. So these are some common mistakes I usually see in Barre classes where I teach as studios. Common mistakes that I often see in Barre classes whenever I teach is the tucking of the tailbone out like this. It's very common because normally we do walk forward, right? So we face our chest forward. But what I want you to pay attention to is while you walk forward like this, you keep the lower back position neutral while you're working out, because each time you're tucking it out, you're not activating your core part, the important part, the powerhouse, where you want it to be on fire. So whatever position that you do, especially when you're bending down, bending your knees on your parallel position or your first position, this part is not tucking out, nggak ketinggalan di belakang, so you go straight down, keeping this part nice and straight. And the second one, usually as people get tired, people usually forget that their shoulders supposed to be pressed down towards their back. Especially yang paling bahaya kalau pakai weights. When you lift your arms up like this, when you get tired, you tend to do this, or you tend to do this, shoulders sluggishly not working or pressed. So I want you to actively pay attention to where you put your shoulders. Always push it down, push them down towards your back. So it's always stacking right on top of your hips. So it never goes wonky to different sides. Also, sometimes you also don't realize that when we usually happen when we lift one leg up, there's an imbalance over there. And people usually, when they're not activating their core enough and they're not pressing their shoulders down, they could go wonky to one side, leaning onto one side. We don't want that in the Barre classes. Ideally, it doesn't happen. So keep everything nice and stacking aligned. The tailbone in, belly pressing in, shoulders always pressing in. And the other thing that usually happen in Barre classes is the funky angle on the ankle. Jadi kalau kita doing a lot of releve, tujuannya adalah to strengthen your ankles, right? But if you go push your ankle to wrong directions, for example, towards your pinky toes or too much towards your big toe, it can actually be very risky to get injured. It goes fast to the other way around, that is strengthening to weakening. So we don't want that to happen. So make sure as you lift your heels up, I want you to keep your ankles up and knees towards the middle toe, so it don't go like to other direction. Jadi kita tekannya ke bawah towards the middle toes, not towards the pinky, and not everything towards the big toes. Big toes are big, they will like to hold on a little bit, and a lot of people do this, but we don't want that. We want everything to go straight up. So keep that imaginary line in the center. Don't go right or left, even though you are lifting one leg or lifting one arm, even though there's an imbalance. Keep your belly in, that's the most important thing.